chosen one, you didn't find this message, it found you. And there is a reason for that. You have been carrying a level of awareness that most people aren't ready for, a perception that cuts through illusion like light through darkness. Some might call it intuition, others might call it spiritual sensitivity, but whatever name you give it, you know it is real. You have felt it your entire life. And today you are finally going to understand why you were built this way. The smartest person in the room never has to speak to shake it. Just one look from them and everyone starts acting different. That is you, the one who doesn't need to shout to be heard. Your energy speaks louder than their ego ever could. You walk into a room and suddenly people start watching their words, doubting their moves, second-guessing their own thoughts. Not because you said anything, but because your silence feels like it sees right through them. Think about it. Most people move through life blindfolded, reacting, copying, guessing. They follow scripts they didn't write, repeat patterns they never questioned, and trust people based on what they say instead of what they mean. But you are different. You feel things before they happen. You read rooms like books, decode body language like subtitles, and sense lies before the liar even gets comfortable. It is not just intelligence. It is inner sight. It is the ability to feel energy shifts like temperature drops. It is knowing someone's intentions before they have fully formed them. While others trust what is in front of them, you trust what is behind it. You see the puppet strings while they are applauding the performance. And that alone makes you a threat to anyone living behind a mask. And thank you, chosen one, for being here. If this resonates, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps this message reach more people who need to hear it. We are here to wake people up, to light the way for others who have been doubting themselves. Now let's get back to the truth. The uncomfortable truth that most people don't want to admit. You are very smart, and they all know it. Not the book smart, regurgitate facts kind of smart. That is child's play. You are intuitively smart, spiritually, surgical, energetically aware. You see through people like glass. You catch the micro expressions they try to hide. You hear the hesitation in their voice that betrays their confidence. You notice when their energy doesn't match their words, and that kind of intelligence, the kind that cannot be tested or certified, doesn't make people clap. It makes them panic. That is why they act weird around you. People who once loved being around you suddenly pull back. You didn't change. You uncovered too much. You said too little and saw too much. You didn't call them out. But your energy made them look in the mirror and they hated what they saw. Your presence alone forces people to confront themselves. And most people aren't ready for that level of honesty. They are used to being surrounded by yes men, by people who miss red flags, by people who are too distracted by their own problems to notice anyone else's games. But you don't need permission to think. You don't need evidence to know, you just know, and they hate that about you because it means they can never truly hide. You notice the little shifts, the way they flinched when you looked at them too long, the way they got uncomfortable when you stayed quiet during their performance. That wasn't nothing. That was intuition locking onto the target. You don't react emotionally, you observe silently. And that scares them more than anger ever could. You were built this way on purpose. Your intelligence isn't an accident. Your sensitivity isn't weakness. It is radar. You pick up on what is not said. And that is why they cannot fool you. You have made people nervous just by existing. You have walked into rooms where fake confidence collapsed. Why? Because your presence held a mirror and they couldn't lie in front of it. But don't ever shrink because of it. Your gift is needed now more than ever. This world doesn't need more noise. It needs more knowers, people who can cut through the illusion and see what is real. And you chosen one are the kind of knower that makes false ones crumble. They will try to gaslight you, make you question what you saw, make you second-guess your gut. They will say you are overthinking being dramatic, seeing things that aren't there. Why? Because if you stop trusting yourself, they can finally breathe again. They can go back to operating in the shadows. But don't fall for it. Every single time you trusted your gut, you were right. Every single time you felt something was off, it was they just hoped you would ignore it. But you didn't. You saw it, and that is what triggered their fear. If you have ever felt like people were weirdly uncomfortable around your intelligence, drop a comment below. Let's build a community of real ones who see through the illusion. Now let's break it down step by step. Number 1, they thought you were quiet. Turns out you were calculating. The ones they call quiet aren't weak. They are the ones watching everything you thought you hid. They thought you were just the reserved one, the one they could overlook, underestimate, and play in front of like you couldn't see through them. But silence wasn't your weakness. It was your weapon. You weren't quiet because you had nothing to say. You were quiet because you were studying everything, clocking patterns, reading energy, logging red flags, and letting them run their mouth just long enough to expose their true self. And when it hit them that you weren't slow, you were 10 steps ahead, they panicked. Your confidence doesn't announce itself. It moves like smoke, quiet, but in every room. You don't bark orders or flex your wings, you just move smart. And it drives people crazy. They keep trying to provoke you, bait you, test you. But every time they try, you pass without even trying. That is when it hits them. You are not performing for approval. You are operating on a frequency they cannot reach. Ever wonder why they always challenge you without reason? It is insecurity. It is the fear that you know more than you show. And they are right to be afraid because you do. You notice tone shifts. You catch side glances. You hear what wasn't said. While they are trying to lie with their face, your gut already decoded the truth. Your intelligence doesn't scream, it simmers. It is in the way you pause before you speak. It is in the way you say just enough to let them know you are aware. You don't expose people out loud, but your presence reveals them. So the next time they call you quiet, just smirk. Because what they call silence is actually strategy. What they call distance is actually discernment. You are unstoppable without ever having to make noise. Number 2, you read people like books, and they are terrified of what you know. The scariest person in the room isn't the loudest. It is the one who sees everything and says nothing. You don't need a degree to read energy. You need awareness, and most people cannot afford it. You are not just smart, you are perceptive. By the time people start talking, you already know what they are about. You are the silent reader in a world full of shallow performers. While they decorate their words with fake smiles, you are decoding the real message. Body language, tone, hesitation, eye movement. You are not guessing, you are seeing. Ever notice how they get awkward when you make eye contact a second too long? That is panic, because they feel you can read them, and you can within days of walking into any room. You already know who is fake, who is power hungry, who is insecure, You don't need gossip. You sensed it in the energy. You notice the person whose voice shakes when talking about their achievements. You notice the friend who cheers for you but looks away too fast. You see who claps when you win and who waits until the applause dies down to show their real face. That is your gift. You were born to read between the lines. Your wisdom didn't come from textbooks. It came from being burned and betrayed and still coming out sharper. It came from survival, from nights when you had to decode people's intentions just to protect your peace. From moments when you had to read between the lines just to know if you were safe. That kind of knowledge doesn't come from classrooms. It comes from life. From being the one who noticed the shift in tone before the betrayal. From being the one who felt the energy change before the words confirmed it. That is not taught. That is earned through pain and experience. So no, you don't always speak up in meetings. You are not looking to impress. You are looking to understand. And once you understand the room, you know how to move. That is why they call you quiet. That is why they say you are hard to read, because you don't overshare, you withhold. And the less you reveal, the more they panic. They cannot hide behind charm or manipulation. You see through it like glass. And the worst part for them, you don't expose them publicly, you just know. And knowing without reacting, that is real power. Number 3, you didn't learn it, you lived it. They want to know where you got your intelligence from, what school, what degree. They cannot wrap their heads around someone being this sharp without wearing a fancy label. But you didn't learn like they did. You survived. You didn't memorize formulas. You decoded reality. You didn't sit in lectures. You sat in silence, trying to make sense of betrayal, chaos, and pain. Trying to understand why people who smiled in your face could plot behind your back. Trying to figure out why the people closest to you could be the ones who hurt you the most. And somehow you did. You made sense of it all. You turned your pain into perception. That is not textbook wisdom. That is battle-forged brilliance. That is the kind of intelligence that cannot be copied or faked. Most people get their knowledge handed to them in neat little packages. You earned every ounce through nights that broke your spirit but built your vision, through experiences that could have destroyed you but instead sharpened you into something unbreakable. You are not just smart, you are forged. You didn't get clarity handed to you, you dug it out of the dirt. Imagine someone trying to explain heartbreak using theory when you have already buried pieces of yourself in places no one knows about. That is what makes your intelligence dangerous. You don't just know things, you understand them. You feel them when you speak. There is weight behind your words, calm in your logic, a presence that says, I have seen worse and I am still here. You never ask for power, you just became powerful. You don't try to lead, but people follow. You don't try to teach, but people learn from how you move. Let them flaunt their titles. Let them worship their resumes. Meanwhile, you will keep doing what you do, making sense out of chaos with nothing but your experience, your pain, and your unmatched perception. That is real intelligence, and they know it. Number 4. You shake the shallow just by existing. Your presence alone is a disruption. Not because you are loud, not because you demand attention, but because the moment you show up, the masks start slipping. People fidget, they over-explain, they laugh too hard. And you haven't done anything. Your stillness is a mirror. You are not addicted to performance. You don't need applause to know your worth. and that throws them off because most people are addicted to being seen while you are focused on seeing. You notice details they brush past. You hear the emotion behind the words. You sit with silence like it is your closest friend. Ever wonder why certain people seem uncomfortable around you even when you have done nothing wrong? It is not about what you did. It is about what you reveal. You don't play along with shallow games. You don't laugh to fit in. And because of that, your very presence becomes a threat to their illusion. Imagine a lake that is completely still. Now imagine someone who has been living in a storm walking up to it. That stillness doesn't relax them, it exposes them. That is you. You are the calm that makes chaos uncomfortable. You are the clarity that disturbs confusion. And let's be honest, they hate how often you are right. They wonder how you just know things, but your mind is quiet enough to hear what theirs blocks out. You don't guess. You observe. You don't chase gossip. You listen to energy, and you don't need anyone to confirm what you already feel in your gut. While they are busy proving their value to rooms full of strangers, you are letting your presence do all the talking. You are not out here to impress. You are here to impact. And trust me, you already have. Number 5, you are not competing. You are rewriting the frequency. They run races you never signed up for, then wonder why your walk echoes louder than their sprint. You are not chasing trends or cheap wins. You are building timeless resonance. The moment they realize you are not in competition with anyone, they get confused. Because in a world obsessed with comparison, obsessed with who is winning and who is losing, who is ahead and who is behind, your calm detachment is disruptive. It doesn't compute. You move at your own tempo, and somehow it still shakes their system. You are not trying to outpace anyone, yet your presence creates waves. When you speak, it is never just words. Even your simplest sentences carry weight because you have actually felt life on levels they have never reached. You have been to emotional depths they are too afraid to explore. You have sat with uncomfortable truths they are still running from. That is why people pause when you speak. That is why even your silence feels loud. You are not here to impress with information. You are here to ignite something they forgot they had. You sense energy shifts like a weather change. You know when something's off before the first red flag even waves. Imagine a drummer playing in the middle of a marching band, but instead of following the beat, they create their own. That is you. They want to know why you are not syncing with their noise. Eventually, they realize you were never playing their song to begin with. You have moved past surface-level thinking. You are operating from depth, from vision, from a place that sees the blueprint behind the chaos. And that scares the ones who built their identity on illusion. You see patterns they haven't noticed yet. You call energy before it even shifts. That is not competition, that is mastery. Number 6, you are untouchable. Your intuition saw it coming. They can fake the smile, fake the words, fake the love, but they cannot fake the energy, and you feel everything. Your intuition is a living shield. It is the reason you dodge chaos before it forms, the reason you pull back right before betrayal strikes. You are not paranoid, you are precise. Your mind doesn't just process what is being said. It translates the energy underneath it. You feel lies like static in the air. You sense tension before words catch up. That is not just a gift. It is armor. Imagine being able to hear a storm before it hits, not through sound, but through pressure in the air. That is how your intuition works. Everyone else sees blue skies. You already smell the rain. Every time you trusted your gut, you avoided a trap. Every time you doubted it, you paid for it. You spot shifts in tone, micro-reactions, inconsistencies. You live in that zone. That is why your presence makes liars uncomfortable. They cannot act around you because they know they have already been read. You don't need to fight to protect yourself. Your discernment does it for you, too. Your intuition is undefeated. It is not loud, it is not dramatic, but it never lies. It is your radar, your protection, your silent sword. And the best part, they never see it coming, but you always do. Number 7. Now they whisper, but you already knew. They laughed when you pulled back, then fell silent when the storm hit exactly where you said it would. The same people who called you dramatic or paranoid are now quietly watching the chaos you avoided. They thought you were being cold, overthinking, but you weren't guessing, you were sensing. You never claimed to be supernatural, you just trust yourself. Something they have never learned to do, you have mastered the art of letting logic and intuition move together. You don't just see what is in front of you, you feel what is coming. You have avoided storms that swept up everyone else. Not because of luck, but because you listened to your gut, to patterns, to energy shifts no one else noticed. While others were distracted by appearances, you were reading signals, and every time you were right now, they whisper your name differently. Less mockery, more confusion, more respect. Some are even scared to talk to you because they know you see too much. You don't need receipts, you felt the truth before it had time to grow legs. Let them whisper, let them wonder. You are not here to convince anyone. You are here to move wisely and let the results speak for you. Number 8. The gift that isolates you is the same one that protects you. They don't leave because you are broken. They leave because they cannot reach the level your silence lives on. The truth is, this gift comes at a price, and that price is often isolation. You have felt it. Those quiet exits, the sudden coldness, the distance people create once they realize they cannot hide from your awareness. You ask yourself, am I too much? But here is the truth. They weren't distancing because you were flawed. They were running from the reflection your presence forced them to see. Your gift doesn't just reveal truth in others. It reveals the lack in them too. And people don't like that. They prefer shallow waters where they can pretend to swim deep. But you have been in the depths, and that makes your energy uncomfortable for people who have only mastered the surface. The solitude you walk in is the very thing that keeps your peace intact. You are not missing out on fake connections. You are being shielded from energy that would derail your purpose. People who cannot handle your insight were never equipped to walk beside your destiny. This isolation isn't punishment. It is precision. It is protection. And it is placing you exactly where you are meant to be. Unbothered, aligned, and unstoppable. Number 9, silence is your flex, and it is breaking them. They don't fear your voice. They fear the fact that you have been silent and still in control. You don't have to raise your voice to prove your power. Your silence alone destabilizes fake confidence. When you don't react, they spiral. When you don't defend, they obsess. You are not quiet because you are weak. You are quiet because you already won. Real power doesn't come from noise. It comes from knowing. You have got clarity where others have confusion. Two people in a room, one talking non-stop, performing, trying to prove they are something, the other still calm watching. Guess who owns the room? You already know. You don't need to flex. You are the flex. While they run in circles trying to be relevant, you sit still and shift the whole vibe. So stay quiet, stay clear. Let them talk, because every word they throw just proves they felt your silence first. Number 10. You never needed the credit. You needed the clarity. Let them keep the spotlight. They needed it. You needed the truth. And that is why you are winning. You have always known something they didn't. While they craved attention, you craved understanding. That is why they never got you. You didn't want to be seen. You wanted to see clearly. You weren't playing to be liked. You were watching to stay aware. They mistook your silence for insecurity, your observation for passivity. But you were just processing, taking in everything, logging patterns, tracking energy. They needed validation to feel powerful. You needed clarity to stay grounded. Now that everything you felt is turning out to be true, they don't know how to act. The same ones who called you too sensitive are watching your life unfold exactly how your intuition warned. And here is the wild part. You don't even care about being right. That was never the goal. You just wanted peace, alignment, truth. And you earned it by trusting yourself when no one else could see what you saw. You never needed the credit. Your reward was freedom. Freedom from fake friends, manipulative environments, and the games they play. Number 11. They wanted to control you, but you became the blueprint. They couldn't control you. So now they imitate you, hoping no one notices who set the standard. They wanted you to comply, stay small, stay predictable. But you didn't fold, and that refusal turned their curiosity into fear and their envy into obsession. You didn't just break the mold. You were the mold they had been trying to copy all along. At first, they rolled their eyes at your silence. But behind your back, they were taking notes, studying your behavior, repeating your words, trying to figure out how someone who refused to play the game still ended up ahead. You weren't trying to compete yet. You became the benchmark. And nothing terrifies manipulators more than someone they cannot read, cannot bait, and cannot break. That is why they tried to downplay you. Not because you lacked value, but because you had too much. They saw your stillness as weakness until they realized still water runs deep. Now they have gone from trying to control you to copying you. Your phrases, your mindset, your boundaries. They want your essence, but not your scars. They want your light, but not the pain it took to create it. You didn't study a blueprint. You are the blueprint. So don't shrink when they start imitating. You are already 5 moves ahead, building in silence while they perform for applause. They couldn't own you, so now they follow you. And deep down they know who really led the way. Number 12. This is your era. Now let them march in silence. You moved in silence. Now they have no choice but to sit in it while watching you rise. This isn't just another chapter. This is your era. The season where everything starts aligning because you stopped doubting what you always knew. You are not waiting for opportunities. You are the opportunity now. And the ones who once overlooked you, mocked you, tried to break you. They are watching quietly, awkwardly, enviously. You don't have to announce your wins. Your evolution is loud enough. You don't need to post every move or explain every boundary. Your energy already told the story. Imagine a room where everyone once talked over you and now they fall silent when you walk in. That is the shift. That is the power of staying true to yourself. When everyone wanted you to fold, you let time do the talking, and it did brutally. Let them wonder how you are so calm. It is not luck. It is not magic. It is the reward for listening when your soul whispered, "Don't go there, don't trust them." This isn't your lane. You honored that voice. And now the universe is honoring you. They used to doubt you. Now they study you. But don't look back. Don't seek revenge. This is your era, and it was earned. Every scar, every setback, every night you sat in silence trying to make sense of things, it built this moment. So walk like you own it. Move like you were always meant to, because this time you are not proving anything. You are just existing, and that alone is proof of your power. Let them watch. Let them whisper. You are not just rising, you have already risen. And if this message hit home, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We are just getting started. This community is for the real ones, the deep thinkers, the ones who see what others miss. Welcome to your era, chosen one. The best is yet to come.